instead of Muhammad, because it means the opposite. The most praiseworthy is Muhammad. But this word, it meant despised or rejected, like not worthy of anything. So, but Allah made it clear that whoever they're talking about, that's not him. His name is Muhammad. And Allah called him Muhammad in the Quran. He's mentioned by name 4 times in the Quran. And by the way, he's one of the least mentioned prophets in all the Quran. And we've been talking about prophets, by the way. Adam, alayhi salam, is mentioned many times in Quran. More than that, we find the name of Ibrahim. And more than that, we find the name of Musa, alayhi salam, and all the prophets so many times. And so many times you keep seeing their names and names and names. But Muhammad is only mentioned by his name 4, and once as Ahmed. Total 5. Jesus, alayhi salam, they said is mentioned 25 times in the Quran. MashaAllah. Because the Quran is not from Muhammad, and he didn't make it up about himself. It's from Allah. You know, it's interesting too, when you consider some of the other things that took place then. It got pretty tough. So tough, one time, Abu Jahl, again, he decided, I'm going to really get him this time. I'm really going to get him this time. So when Muhammad put his head on the ground, he went racing up again, and he's going to stomp on his head. But all of a sudden, he stopped again and went, ah, ah, and he ran. And they came to him and they said, what is the matter with you? Where did you go? We thought you were going to go stomp on him. He said, you didn't see it? They said, what now? He said, it was a wild camel. Huh? He said, man, it had eyes like fire. This camel was coming at me to attack me. Muhammad said later on that actually that was the angel Jibril disguised as a camel, scaring him. Allah will protect you if what you do is for him. But if what you're doing is for something else, well, you're going to have to let that thing protect you, and you know that's not going to work. Another time, while he was praying, he had his head down on the ground in front of the Kaaba. Somebody had said, who will take the insides out of a dead camel? You know, the guts and all the stuff that's in there. Who would take this and just put it on him when he puts his head on the ground? Who would do that? One said, I will. So, do it. So he had it ready, wait. Okay, his head on the ground. Boom! And as soon as they put it on Prophet Muhammad, they started laughing. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Look at him. Ha, ha. And they finally got what they thought was going to be their revenge. And he stayed. He didn't move. He stayed. Somebody went and told his daughter. She came running out and saw this. And she cleared this off of her father. And when it was off of him, he raised up his head. And then he prayed and asked Allah to give revenge for what had been done. And oh my God, it came. The revenge from Allah comes, and when it comes, it can come in the worst ways. Sometimes, you know, Allah sent thunder against people, and sometimes Allah sent earthquakes against people. Sometimes volcanoes He sent against people. Floods He sent against people. But one thing about it was, Muhammad did not pray against the whole people like the other prophets. He never did that. Otherwise, they'd have all been destroyed. He only mentioned the ones that were really attacking and killing the Muslims. And look what happened to one of them. The one who had done something to him while he was praying like that, guess what? When he was traveling to Syria one time, he was with a group in a caravan. And he remembered that prayer, the prayer that he had said. He said, let the dog of Allah destroy him. Well, what dog? When they got to the camp and they were sitting there, some people came and told them there's a lion, a wild lion that's going around. And be very careful tonight. This thing is nuts and it could, you know, get anybody. And he started going crazy. He said, no, it's after me. I know it's that dua, the prayer of Muhammad. He made it against me. I know that thing's going to try to kill me. It is. And as it got darker, he got more afraid. And they said, okay, sleep in the middle of us. Just be right in the middle. Us around there. We'll put the animals around there. Horses, camels, everything. And you'll be in the center. You'll be fine. So he lay down to go to sleep. And he never woke up. The lion went past the animals and didn't wake anybody up. Went right past all the men and went right to the center and opened his mouth wide and crunch. Squashed his head like an apple on the sidewalk. No, another one. Just another one. Destroyed him. Can you imagine this? All of this happening because why? Because some people just don't listen. They don't pay attention. They listen to the wrong thing. Shaitan's telling them, but they won't listen to the truth. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.